There you go. We're off and running. I'm talking to Jim Lea, bass player, musician, 147th in line to the throne, I believe, and now national treasure.
Your barn pot.
Who'd have thought it?
Who'd have thought it? Not my mum, I'll tell you that. My mum loves all this.
Is she proud of it?
She is now, yeah. But yeah, she wasn't too sure about me joining the band. And well, probably everybody knows that now.
Yeah, but
when she saw the Daily Mail weekend magazine that she has religiously every week, she saw the picture of the suit and the shoes, and she just said to Frank, "Where's his head?" Because I've got shoes on and I've got the arm, they've got the arms, but no head. They don't put them.
Finally, you've made it. Your mum approves.
That's it. That's all I care about.
Yeah, excellent. And, we'll start at the beginning. How did it all happen? Because originally, last year with the auction, it was one of the lots, wasn't it?
It was, yes. And Dave Kemp he came up here to talk about it, and then we got a lot of stuff out of the loft by then, but it was really mucky stuff. And he said to the fans would buy anything that is not completely duff. But Lou, my wife, is a real dab hand with a needle and cotton and a bit of this and a bit of that, you know. And I have to say, it was a real good job. They all looked not too bad at the end. The audience had to accept that it's years old and it had been a loft covered in dust. But so then Dave came up with this phone call who had rung him. It was an old friend of his. I never quite got to the bottom of it. Somebody he knew called out of the blue.
Right.
He said, "What are you up to, Dave?" They were at school together. And he said, "What are you up to?" And he said, I'm doing an auction for some old stage clothes of Jim Lea. He said, "Never. What have you got?" And he went through it one by one. And he said, "And we've got the fursuit." And he said, "And we've got the red lame suit." And the guy said, the red suit." He said, "You don't want to put that in an auction." And it was quite ripped, actually, in places, and a bit of a mess. But anyway, this guy, whoever he was, said to Dave, what you ought to do is to get this into the Liverpool Museum or into the V&A. And he said, "Well, how am I going to do that?" He said, "Well, I know the third in charge at the V&A. Do you want me to pitch it to him?" So he did that. And I think it was about 3 weeks later, he rang Frank, Dave Kemp rang Frank. And he said, the number 3 says yes, and he's going to ask the number 2. So another couple of weeks goes by, and the number 2 man says, "Yeah, that's great, absolutely great." And so then it had to go to the curator, who was a mad fan apparently, and he was overjoyed to be getting it. And so we just had to. We knew we were in, and that's when I told my mum, and she held with laughing. She thought it was absolutely great. But then we found out that they wanted to film the handover, so I thought I'd just be standing in the V&A and signing it over, and that was it. But when it came to it, this was last November. So they sent a couple of people from last video and up to my house, and they filmed me in my music room, and then they filmed in the V&A. It was freezing cold, I have to say, and we were in the V&A, and we were doing a load of filming. I was going up and down the stairs, doing this and that and the other. I mean, I've made a movie. Listen to me, I sound like a right big head downtown. In our film, I got used to how you had to do things. You know, you walk up the stairs, and then you go through the door, but really there's nothing on the other side, or you drop off a cliff or something. You know, so anyway, so that's what happened, and we were there for the whole day. I mean, till I should say till 8 o'clock, and we got there at sort of 10:30 in the morning, and I can't remember where in the storage place. We were in there as well, and he was showing me other items they got from various people, and so what's that? Is that your end or mine?
It's probably mine. It was something going past.
Something what?
Motorbike. Fan.
Motorbike.
Probably.
Oh, that. Oh, it sounded sort of like somebody downstairs.
It could be. No, it could be.
Actually, they wouldn't say that to you because you are the Chris Selby.
This is true. I can't argue with you. And you know, I'll let you call me Chris for a start. It should be Mr. Selby, but there you go.
Lord Selby.
You're the one. You're the one. 157, but you know, it's all there. It only needs a few hundred people to die. You'll be the king of the Great Britain and all its dominions. That's a program. It's called Who Do You Think You Are? That's who it is.
Who do you think you are, Crike? Yeah, I spent 20 years in psychotherapy trying to find that out. I got there though.
And now you're in the V&A, which is fantastic.
In the V&A, yeah.
Did they show you the process they went through to conserve it and all that sort of stuff?
Well, first they had to rebuild it, and
right.
And what I mean, Lou had done some good work on all the stuff that was sold, but and the woman who was doing mine, she came from Dudley.
Oh.
And I said, yeah, sure, you come from Dudley.
Right.
She'd been living in London for God knows how long, and she said, "Oh, I'm so glad." She said, because I was a fan, and to be working on this is brilliant. So I asked, I said, I don't understand why they didn't get any of the others in the band, and the guy told me that they only wanted one thing.
Right.
And just one thing. They don't need a load. So anyway, he said, no, we did the research, and you were going to give us the best story. So that's how that came about.
Yeah.
And so that's about it, really, from beginning to end.
Yeah. Did you, because you got the suit and all the other clothes, had you made a sort of conscious decision to save things over the years, or was it just, oh, I don't want to chuck them, we'll put them in the loft?
Well, you know what lofts are like, you know,
yeah.
For everybody, I think.
Yeah.
Lou always used to think that if anything happened to me, she was just, the only thing she was worried about was all the mess in the garage loft.
Yeah.
I mean, this is in the house.
It's funny what you were saying about other people, because the red suit is the red suit, but then you got Dave with all his stuff, but we don't know if anything was saved. Not obviously with the top hat, but then Jim, who
that's Don's, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. That's you. That's Don. We could have done a what's it, couldn't we? Get a recreation of the drums. The whole Purple Gang would be back together. You know, so. But it's funny that nothing. You know, you saved all your stuff and it was appeared in the auction. I know it just seems a strange. Is it a strange thing to have done it, to save all that stuff? How many suits were made? Was it just the one?
Oh, the red ones.
Yeah.
Well, they kept getting ripped all the time because they weren't made to be jumped around in.
No.
You're supposed to just walk down the street in them, you know.
It's Granny Takes a Trip, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Granny Takes a Trip.
Yeah. Did you pay for them, or did management pay for them?
No, I paid for it.
And all the others?
And all the others.
Ah, yeah.
What do you mean, the whole band? I didn't pay for that.
No, I mean, just that suit. I mean, could you put it?
I'm only messing about.
Yeah, no, I know, but could you write it off as a tax or things like that? And, you know, you'd have thought as the manager, so you've got to wear this, you've got to wear that. Dave can wear whatever he wants.
Yeah. It went, I think the curator found, he went through the pockets.
Yeah.
He found a receipt from Granny Takes a Trip.
Yeah.
Of how much it was. I can't remember what he said, but it's it'll be on the program anyway, I presume.
Yeah, it is. There's the mini trailer, and they pull it out. It's £60, which was it 73 was it was a fair bit.
Yes, a lot of money.
Not to you. I mean, you know, multi-millionaire showbiz god, but to the likes of us working class lads from Bloxwich, 60 quid, you know.
Yeah.
What it wasn't even a night out to you.
That'd be 3 weeks' wages.
So to me,
yeah, 60 quid, yeah.
Yeah, it will be month's mortgage. Yeah. Yeah, it's mad. No, it's all good. But it's just, I think it's caused such a buzz amongst all the fans. And for the fact that it's going to be on telly, and it's national telly, and it's a good program, and it's made all the magazines and the newspapers and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You never know what might come out of it. You know, you might be a model. You know, you might get some telly work in.
Yeah. Do you mean a model?
A model or muddle? Which it's the accents, isn't it? But, yeah.
But I suppose as far as the V&A goes, I can't think of anything else. Oh, I could take it with freezing cold.
Yeah.
But it was fascinating. Frank, while I was being filmed, went all around the V&A with one of the assistants. He said it was fantastic. Can you imagine walking around the V&A? I
know. Absolutely.
I never got to do it because I've been filming all the time.
Yeah.
I was so tired at the end of the day, though. I had to let Frank drive the car.
It's a weird thing to think that it is part of history. It's 73. It was the Alex Harvey tour, Don's crash, and all that sort of thing. It was quite a big year, and the red suit just stood out. I know I saw you at the Civic on the Alex Harvey tour, and I always went your side anyway, so I'm deaf. And the red suit just fantastic. I mean, I know you got Nod and the top hat, and you got Dave, whatever Dave was doing, and Don wearing this suit that I've got now. But it's just a strange thing to put together. It's up there with Beagle suits. I mean, you might not think so, but it's up there with the collars, Beagle suits. It's all that sort of thing, you know. That
was the band's identity with the Beatles. I mean, it was a fantastic masterstroke of Brian Epstein.
Yeah, you got 4 heads. I mean, it was 4 heads, and they just changed different things. You got them into the suits, and got them out the leathers into the suits. People could wear the same thing. Couldn't wear red lame around Wolverhampton or Bloxwich for that matter. You get
got beaten up if.
Well, you certainly get looked at.
You would, yeah.
Yeah, in every sense of the word. Right.
Yeah. But go on.
No, it's okay. I was just saying, I think we've sort of drawn a line under that now. It's a good little thing, a
Yeah.
little chat. We just tell people to watch it Tuesday night, this coming Tuesday, BBC Two, Secret of the Museum, and it's going to be available on all other platforms, whatever that means. I'm just reading that.
I know it's going to be on iPlayer.
That's it. That's the one. I couldn't think.
Yeah.
I was bluffing
BBC.
then. Yeah. Right. I'm gonna switch this off. It'll say something, and then I'll talk to you afterwards. And but thank you so much for this. It really is appreciated.
Okay. All right, Chris.
Okay.